You stopped looking for someone to save you, not because you gave up on help, but because you realized you were never the one who needed saving. Something inside you shifted without asking permission. You just woke up one day and the world looked different. Not better, not worse, just different. Like you'd been watching everything through a dirty window your whole life, and someone finally cleaned the glass, and now you're here, reading this. And that's not random. You don't randomly stumble into things anymore. You stopped believing in coincidences around the same time you stopped believing that you were broken. The universe doesn't send messages to everyone. It sends them to people who are already listening. You're listening now because something in you already knows what's coming. November. Everyone's talking about it like it's a date on the calendar, like it's something external that's going to happen to you. But here's what they don't understand. November isn't coming. You're coming to November. The frequency jump everyone's waiting for. It's not an event. It's a recognition. It's the moment you stop pretending you don't already know. You've felt it, haven't you? That weird hollow feeling in your chest, like you're standing on the edge of something massive, like reality is holding its breath. People around you are still living like nothing's changed, but you can't shake this sense that everything has already changed, and you're the only one who noticed. That's not anxiety. That's not your imagination playing tricks. That's your internal compass pointing north. And north just moved. Here's what's actually happening. Your awareness is expanding faster than your mind can keep up. Think of it like this. Imagine you've been living in a house your entire life, and you think the house is the whole world. Then one day, you walk outside. The house is still there. Nothing about the house changed, but now you know there's an outside. You can't unknown that. You can't go back to believing the house is everything. That's where you are right now. You walked outside, and you're trying to figure out what to do with that information. Most people are still in the house. They're comfortable there. They know where everything is. They have routines. The idea of going outside feels threatening to them, so they don't. They won't. Not yet. Maybe not ever. And that's okay. This isn't about them. This is about you. You're already outside. You've been outside for a while now. You just keep looking back at the house, wondering if you should go back in, wondering if you made a mistake. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. You didn't make a mistake. The universe doesn't make mistakes. It doesn't accidentally show people the door. If you can see the door, it's because you're meant to walk through it. If you can feel this shift, it's because you're part of it. Not in some abstract, poetic way. In a very real, very specific way. You are one of the frequency holders. One of the people who shifts first, so others have a path to follow later. This is what a frequency jump actually means. It's not mystical. It's not magical. It's just physics. Everything in existence vibrates at a certain speed. Your thoughts, your emotions, your body, the air around you, all of it is vibration. When you change the speed of your vibration, you change what you can perceive. It's like tuning a radio. The station was always there, broadcasting. You just weren't tuned to the right frequency to hear it. Now you are. And once you're tuned in, you can't tune out. The old stations sound like static. You can't even pretend to enjoy them anymore. That's why everything feels different. Your friends seem distant. Your old interests feel hollow. The things that used to excite you don't land the same way. You're not depressed. You're not broken. You're just on a different frequency. And the people and things that match your old frequency can't reach you anymore. It's not personal. It's just resonance, or the lack of it. So what does November actually mean? It's a threshold, a tipping point. Think of it like this. You've been climbing a mountain for months, maybe years. Every step felt hard. Every step felt like you were moving through mud. And then suddenly, you reach the top. The view changes. The air changes. The effort changes. You're not climbing anymore. You're standing. That's November. Not a date, a state. The moment you stop climbing and start standing. But here's the part that matters. You don't reach that state on November 1st. You reach it when you're ready. For some people, it happened in June. For some, it'll happen in March. The calendar is just a reference point, a collective bookmark. It doesn't dictate your experience. Your readiness dictates your experience. And if you're here, reading this, feeling this, you're already close. Maybe you're already there, and you just haven't admitted it yet. Admission is the hard part. Because once you admit you're different, once you admit you see things other people don't see, once you admit you feel things other people don't feel, you can't go back. You become responsible. Not responsible for fixing everything. Not responsible for saving everyone. Just responsible for being honest about what you know. And that's terrifying, because honesty makes you visible. And visibility makes you vulnerable. But here's the truth. You've always been visible. The universe has always seen you. You were never hidden. You just thought you were. You thought if you stayed small enough, quiet enough, normal enough, you could avoid this. Avoid what? Avoid being who you actually are. Avoid stepping into the frequency you were always meant to hold. Avoid the discomfort of outgrowing the life you built when you didn't know any better. Too late. You already grew. You already changed. You're just negotiating with the reality of it. And that negotiation is exhausting. That's what's been draining you. Not the shift. The resistance to the shift. The part of you that keeps trying to fit back into the old shape, even though you know it doesn't fit anymore. Even though you know you don't want it to fit. November is the month you stop negotiating. That's why the universe sent you this message now. Not to scare you. Not to pressure you. Just to remind you. You already decided. You decided months ago. Maybe years ago. Maybe before you were even born. You decided you were going to be one of the ones who goes first. One of the ones who holds the door open. One of the ones who shows others it's safe to leave the house. And that decision is why you're here. That decision is why this video found you. That decision is why you feel the way you feel. You're not lost. You're not confused. You're not falling apart. You're remembering. You're remembering what you came here to do. And the remembering is uncomfortable because it doesn't match the story you've been telling yourself about who you are. The story says you're small. The story says you're powerless. The story says you need permission, validation, proof. The story says you should wait until you're sure, until you're ready, until you're perfect. But the truth is louder than the story. And the truth says you're already sure. You're already ready. You're already exactly what you need to be. You just forgot for a while. Everyone forgets. That's part of the design. The forgetting makes the remembering mean something. So here's what you do with this information. Nothing dramatic. nothing extreme. You just stop fighting it. Stop fighting the knowing. Stop fighting the shifts in your perception. Stop fighting the distance growing between you and the life you used to recognize. That distance isn't a problem. It's a sign that you're moving, a sign that you're growing, a sign that you're becoming more of what you actually are and less of what you thought you were supposed to be. Let November come. Let the frequency rise. Let the people who aren't ready fall away. Let the situations that don't serve you dissolve. Let the old version of you die. Not because you're killing it, but because it's time. Because you've outgrown it. Because you were never meant to stay there forever. You were meant to pass through. And you did. You passed through. You're on the other side now. And the other side isn't harder. It's clearer. It's quieter. It's more honest. You'll stop pretending. You'll stop performing. You'll stop apologizing for seeing what you see and knowing what you know. You'll just be. And being, actual being, is the most powerful thing you can do. Because being is magnetic. It pulls reality toward you instead of chasing reality away from you. It makes things happen without force. It opens doors without knocking. That's what the frequency jump gives you. Not power over others. Not control over outcomes. Just alignment. Alignment with who you actually are. Alignment with what actually matters. Alignment with the current that's been trying to carry you this whole time. The current you kept swimming against because you thought you were supposed to. You're not supposed to swim against it anymore. You're supposed to let it take you. Let November take you. Let the shift take you. Let the universe take you wherever it's been trying to take you since the beginning. Trust that if you're here, if you're reading this, if you're feeling this, you're exactly where you need to be. Doing exactly what you need to do. Becoming exactly who you came here to become. If this video shifted something in you, write in the comments, I'm ready. Write it as your promise. Not to me, not to anyone else, to yourself, to the universe, to the version of you that's been waiting for you to catch up. Nobody.